Welcome to the stream. Today on Genshin Impact, we're actually gonna use the person that has sent this letter almost a year ago. No, almost 2 years ago by now, huh? Time flies. But yeah, I put Yunjin on the team today, as well as Bennett,
Yaya Publishing House has released
Kokomi,
numerous
and
works that
Tainari.
lay out military strategy in a simple
There's a few
and
reasons for all of
pragmatic
them,
way.
but
Those are my favorite.
those are all just minor parts of today. Yunjin and Bennett are both characters that I have trained up recently. Kokomi I have made more offensive since all the time we've been using her, because her healing is good enough. And I thought it might be decent for her to do a bit more damage. And finally, Tainari has a new voice actor. I wonder how different he will be. I have not listened to it myself yet. But today's main dish is a new story quest, which is Nahida's second act, Sapientia Oromastis, Act 2. Let's get started. Homecoming! Where lies the path home? One day, you and Paimon run into an old friend at Sumeru's city gates. You're late, but only by very little time. I have no idea who is homecoming today, in terms of the story, but I'm sure we'll find out sooner rather than later.
Hey, isn't that Nahida?
Is she coming home?
Nahida! Paimon didn't think we'd run into you here. Oh, hey there. It's been a while, hasn't it? What have you two been up to?
The usual: mining, fishing, genius invocation TCG, and catching crystal flies. Mostly genius invocation TCG.
Seems like you've been enjoying yourselves. How about you? What are you up to now? I'm just looking out for some leads while getting some fresh air. I noticed that I have some blurry memories after saving Irminsul.
I have some blurry flowers in the foreground. We are not the same.
I almost feel like there's still something extremely important I need to do. But I can't remember what it is.
Is it going home?
What is that?
It's probably the effects of Irminsul.
Don't worry, we'll help you remember.
Feel free to fill us in. Maybe I can help.
Thank you so much. Since you're willing to help, I have something I'd like to show you. Oh, it's beautiful. It looks like it's filled with some kind of power.
Maybe fire.
I found it in the sanctuary of Suristana, but I have no recollection of it whatsoever. It's filled with pure elemental power that is quite similar to mine, but yet it's also a little different. It's very likely that it's connected to my foggy memory, but I can't figure out what it is.
It's most likely something that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata left behind. But what's with her foggy memory?
Traveler, do you have any ideas?
I don't know. But it's very concerning.
You know, Nahida, we just happen to be going on an adventure right now. If we find anything, we'll be sure to let you know right away. Thanks, you two. I didn't mean to trouble you again. Don't mention it. Besides, it seems you've got a lot on your mind, and we'd like to help.
Oh no, mushrooms.
Hey, get out! You shouldn't be around here! I'm sorry, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Fungi don't usually come near this place.
We don't like fun guys around here.
Last warning! Get out before I kick you out, you hear?
Hang on. I think it's trying to tell us something.
But Great Dendro Archon, it's a monster!
No, it's a mushroom.
Please, don't worry. I think I understand.
I don't think I do.
Seems that it wants us to follow it. You can understand it?
I mean, she has that ability to read people's minds. Maybe it works on mushrooms too.
Even though different creatures have varying habits and ways of communicating, the emotions we experience are all the same. I can feel its anxiety and fear. It's in dire need of our help. Well, fungi are kinda cute, but...
Bongohead is a really nice fungus, you know. Wow, we're actually referencing the weird Pokemon type event in the main story. I wonder if this text is different if you have not played that event. It probably is.
That's true. Okay, let's go take a look. All right, lead the way, little fungus. Although they all look about the same, some fungi are friendly, while others are super aggressive and attack anyone they see. It can't be helped. Perhaps in their eyes, humans are like fierce monsters as well. After all, they can't distinguish which human behaviors are hostile or not, and it'd already be too late for them once humans have drawn their weapons. Hence why they tend to strike first, rather than waiting. That's not too different from how humans think sometimes. That's what I meant by shared emotions.
Oh no, one of them is hurt. Let's end its miserable life. No, this is a standing hydrofungus. And that's a lying hydrofungus.
It appears it was in a hurry because of this unconscious fungus. Seems like they might be family. So maybe this fungus wanted to bring Nahida here to help its family member. Probably. Although fungi are simple creatures, they're very sensitive to elemental power. Maybe it noticed me on my way back and thought I'd be able to help. I'll take a look. I should be able to help if it's just a common illness. What is it, Nahida? Strange. Very strange. This fungus didn't develop from a spore. It's an elemental life form. Huh? An elemental life form? Yes. Although the fungi you normally see are capable of using elemental powers, they're merely borrowing elemental power from nature around them. As for this fungus, it has elemental power flowing through it. Definitely not anything like your typical fungus.
So you're saying it only looks like a fungus?
Exactly. This is very interesting. I've never seen anything like it. So this is a first even for Nahida. But that's not all. There's a large void within its elemental power. The void is stopping the elemental power from flowing normally, which must be why it fainted. So do you think it'll wake up if we can fill the void? Yes, and I just so happen to be good at this sort of thing. I'll see what I can do right away.
I think your name changed. I don't think you were a surprised floating hydrofungus before. And yours as well.
My power was compatible. Looks like everything is fine now.
Lord of Dendro? Is it really the Lord of Dendro?
Okay, now you have become uncanny.
Oh, I can't believe the Lord of Dendro saved me. Thank you, as well as the stranger and creature next to you.
Ah! It can talk?
Paimon, I'm with you.
Oh, I didn't expect such a strange creature to make a sound like that. Seems I'm just as shocked as you are.
What? Of course Paimon can talk. Paimon isn't a strange creature. Paimon's just... Paimon!
Hello, Paimon. I am not yet able to evaluate an organism's intelligence from its appearance. I will only know you are able to speak once you have spoken.
That makes sense.
Oh, well, no need to take it seriously. It's no big deal. But does Paimon really look so dumb that people might think Paimon doesn't know how to talk?
There's no need to start worrying about that all of a sudden.
You misunderstand, Paimon. A mouth is used for eating, breathing, and other functions that are more important than speaking. So a creature may not speak, even if it has a mouth. I've never seen a creature like you before, so I dared not make the assumption that you could speak. Even if you do possess a number of human traits, it is still very common for creatures to have similar external forms but completely different interiors, just like fungi and slimes.
Did this fungus study at the academia? It seems even more talkative than Paimon.
Maybe we should replace Paimon.
You're not a fungus, are you?
That's correct. This might be surprising to you, and I'm sure that you must have questions. Let's find somewhere else to talk.
Are we gonna take the other mushrooms with us?
It might startle my fellow family members if I speak too much using this strange voice. Me, 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 me.
So you speak mushroom too, I see.
It says that it's very thankful for your help.
I was confident that I knew of all the creatures in Teyvat, even if there are ones I've never seen with my own eyes. I thought I possessed all the relevant knowledge about them. However, even if I were to lay out the traits of all elemental life forms, you don't seem to match any of them. What are you? And where did you come from?
I come from an ancient race. We have existed for a very long time, possibly longer than any records in existence.
There are lots of things like that in Sumeru, huh? Very old things. Also, they are cute, so it's fine.
My home was filled with flowing water and great mountains. Lush grass covered the land, and my family and I lived in bliss and happiness. Until the apocalypse came and changed my home forever.
They have stopped looking cute. They have turned from candies to candles.
A horrifying power consumed all there was. The seeds of catastrophe nested and grew inside of us, twisting and warping us, causing us to lose control. We were victims of the apocalypse, yet in time, we also became the apocalypse itself.
I see.
The apocalypse? I'm not sure what it means either. It sounds like some kind of old fable.
It's a long and complicated story. It will take me some time to explain it clearly.
Harbinger fungi. That's not fun at all.
Don't worry, we'll listen. Please continue.
I was lucky and managed to survive. Afterward, I left with some of my family and came to Sumeru to search for a way to rescue my homeland. We came in contact with many species and learned from their cultures and knowledge, hoping to understand the truth behind the apocalypse. We later found out that humans know the power of the apocalypse and refer to it as forbidden knowledge.
Forbidden knowledge?
Your home was destroyed by forbidden knowledge? Does that mean you're from the desert? It's said that they are looking for a way to save their homeland, but the catastrophe of the desert should have ended a long time ago.
The Lord of Dendro is correct. We are not from the desert. I would very much like to tell you the location of my homeland, but unfortunately, I've forgotten.
Forgotten knowledge?
That may sound a little odd, as it is very important to both me and my family.
Yes, how could you forget?
I am a life form that was contaminated by the apocalypse. A part of my knowledge and memory was taken away as the contamination inside of me was purged.
Ah, I get it now. So the void of elemental power was left behind from when the forbidden knowledge was purged. I'm sorry. I hadn't considered that kind of possibility.
That's okay. Lord of Dendro, there is no need to apologize. Without your help, I would have lost more than just my knowledge and memory. And not only did you save me, but you've also already rid the world of the remaining forbidden knowledge, right?
That's right. The forbidden knowledge is no more, and your homeland should be safe now.
My home should be safe now. We can go home.
So the title of this act refers to you, huh? Now we just need to find home.
For the longest time, this moment has only seemed like a dream. I never knew it would become a reality so quickly. I was unable to fulfill our calling. I never found a way to save my homeland, and I have even forgotten where it is.
It's not your fault. You've already done everything you can. Every species paid a grave price in the fight against forbidden knowledge. This is not a responsibility you should carry on your own. You mentioned that there were other survivors besides yourself. Where are they? Maybe they'll remember.
There's a dog over there. Is that one of the survivors?
The apocalypse put us through immense pain. Many of my family members have already met their end. I'm not sure who else is still alive.
Don't worry, I should be able to find them. Just leave it to me. I'll leave the rainforest to the Aranara. And as for the city, there are a few nice kids that should be willing to help.
Oh yeah, they'll give us a hand.
Give me a moment. I'll contact them right now. That should do it. It may take some time to find them, so let's wait for a bit.
Thank you, Lord of Dendro. We all believe that you will keep your promises. The moment I saw you when I awoke, I had a feeling you were here because of the agreement.
Agreement?
Sorry, that is also forgotten knowledge.
You might not remember, but this is a prophecy that we deeply believe in. That the Lord of Dendro will bring us home once the catastrophe comes to an end.
Ah, I see. I'm sorry. There are also some blurry segments in my memory as well. But I'm very concerned about your homeland. This is something I should help with. It's really no trouble to me at all.
Don't say that, Nahida. It might turn into trouble.
Would you all be willing to come with me somewhere as we wait? The more family members that can return home with me, the better.
But didn't you say that you don't know where they are?
Yes, but I know their end. I will explain it to you along the way.
Let's look for a graveyard. I guess. Homecoming. Let's go. Head to the place where the end awaits. That's not far away. The end was closer than we thought.
There's something that I'm very concerned about.
You're talking about your fuzzy memories. I have not forgotten about the crystal you showed me. That definitely has something to do with this quest, or you wouldn't have shown it to me.
Yes. I didn't mention it just now, but do you remember when I told you that the power in the crystal is very similar to mine, yet also different? The elemental power inside the crystal is completely identical to that of the fungus.
What?
There's a connection between the crystal and the fungus. What a coincidence that you showed it to us today.
Exactly. The prophecy that it mentioned was probably an agreement that I made with an elemental life form that once represented its race. I had to deal with the forbidden knowledge to save their homeland. The process, however, took away some of my memories. That sequence of events would explain the persistent feeling that I had unfinished business.
Makes sense. Too bad it's unable to tell us more.
Yeah, I've been trying to think of a place that fits the description of its homeland, but I'm unable to come up with anything.
We'll just have to continue investigating then.
Agreed. I really want to send them home, so they won't have to wander around anymore.
here is a little rough. I'll lead the way.
Don't worry, Paimon can handle any road.
Because you're floating.
Ah! Enemies! You're up, traveler!
You didn't handle that well.
Observe your grand finale. Turret with refuge. Yeah.
And shroud. Sia. Yeah. Sia.
Amazing. With such skills, you all would have definitely been able to find a way to survive the apocalypse.
Just because I can beat up some treasure. Or, no, that wasn't treasure. Those guys. Does not mean I can survive the apocalypse.
Hey, Paimon has been meaning to ask. You all didn't originally look like this, did you?
No, we didn't. The appearance of our kind will change according to the environment. After communicating with various living organisms in Sumeru, we discovered that fungi are the life form most adapted to live in these lands. Thus, we gradually took the form of fungi and became a part of their group.
It's hard to believe that's even possible.
The most important instinct any life form possesses is adapting to the environment. I don't think that should surprise you, Paimon. Your hand is shaped like that for a reason, so you are able to grip and use tools more easily. The reason why fungi absorb elemental power is to blend with the environment and fend off natural predators. We are dendro life forms, one of the most ancient life forms in this land. That is why we are so adaptable.
So you mean, if Paimon wanted to, Paimon could change into a different form as well?
Not as freely, I'm afraid. You would require a long time to make that happen. Although this is common sense to us, it is still extremely difficult to explain. Putting it as simply as possible, changing form requires energy, and energy comes with time.
Yeah, it is surprising that the final form would not be crabs. Surely, that would be much more handy.
You cannot make a sprout grow into a giant tree instantly, nor can you force a tree to bear fruit overnight.
At least it would have some form of hands.
I see. Humans have a term for this. It's called growth. Ah, you're so smart, Nahida! Paimon gets it now!
Seems like it's pretty good at coming up with metaphors as well.
Growth. I see. Yes, then this is what you would call growth. A most beautiful word. I shall enjoy it more as we walk.
How much farther is it?
We're about halfway there. You're doing great, Paimon. Do you need me to carry you on my back?
Huh? Oh no! Paimon was just curious! Paimon isn't that tired. You seem to enjoy taking care of others.
You think so? Does the Lord of Dendro need to be carried?
That would be awkward, wouldn't it? Why don't you fly up and sit on top of my head? We can figure out who will carry who later! We have monsters here! Break a leg!
Let's nip that in the bud. Can't see? Yeah.
I think we may have a different understanding of carrying someone. No matter whether it's tired or not, my child is always happy when I put it on my back and give it a ride.
Child? You mean the fungi we ran into earlier?
Yes, one was my friend, and the other was my child.
Why can't your kid speak?
Because it's just a fungus. I don't want my presence to change or affect the original state of the fungi species here. However, it is slightly different from an ordinary fungus. It seems to understand some human language, so I gave it a name.
Oh, then it must be a really cute name. You know, like Bongo Head.
Yes, exactly like that.
You have an odd taste for names.
Huh? Paimon thinks that name is great.
Strange and cute at the same time. It's a name only Paimon would be able to come up with.
That's right.
The name I came up with was not as creative as Paimon's. I learned it from an adventurer. Its name is... I'm sorry, but I've forgotten. Seems like I've forgotten many important things.
But I'm assuming that's more recent knowledge? That's worrisome if we do forget things that only happened recently. But let's say don't worry, you can try and remember it on the way.
Yes, I must remember it before I return. It's just as important as my homeland. Yes, this way. We're almost there.
Also, I can definitely tell that Tainari has a new voice actor. Oh. Haven't had one of these in a while.
It's the Withering.
Yes, I have heard humans also call it that before. It's the last form we take when we are at the end of our life.
Oh.
Paimon doesn't understand.
It's trying to say that when they've suffered enough and reached the end of their life, they become a tumor of the withering.
Yes, I would have also suffered the same fate if it wasn't for the Lord of Dendro's help.
So, this is how the Withering is formed?
Previous research has revealed that forbidden knowledge is the root cause of the withering.
We didn't know that.
But even if forbidden knowledge has been completely removed, its influence still remains, which is why the withering remains even after forbidden knowledge has disappeared. They've been tormented by forbidden knowledge for a long time. It's understandable that they will eventually become the withering. But what a sad and pitiful end.
When I left my homeland, flowers like these filled the fields. Each bloom represented an individual life. They grew in the pristine lakes, in the fertile soil, in my home, and in the homes of my friends. They grew everywhere, until the world suddenly lost all its color and became tainted and murky. But it's all right. Our life essence, elemental power, still resides in this flower. After an adventurer clears the withering, I will quietly draw near the area. If I can sense the elemental power of my companions, then I take them with me.
But that would mean the effects of forbidden knowledge could have...
It's okay. That's not important anymore. I just hope that they can all make it back home. It's not right to leave them to simply perish in the open like this. Now that we finally have the chance to return home, each one I manage to bring back will make me that much happier.
I understand. Just leave it to us.
I got this. This is a product of forbidden knowledge, after all.
So you're worried about me? It's fine. Forbidden knowledge doesn't exist anymore. It's natural to want to be overcautious when dealing with a highly venomous snake, but when all that's left is its skeleton, there's nothing to worry about.
If you say so.
Paimon doesn't get what you two are talking about, but we're all ready to go now, right? Then let's do this! We've dealt with the Withering countless times already!
Let's deal with it. Oh, as Nahida. Okay, we can't just do that. We do need Dendrogranite. Let's point and click with our mouse. Where's the last one? Oh, over here. Wrong aim.
Keep up.
Is there more? Somehow?
One with the forest. Who do you think?
Everyone hold hands!
I'm going in! Out of the way!
I'll uproot you!
Hold the line! Billowing surge! Ah! Strike is one! Make yourself a move! Rust and rebuild! Covenant of the Deep!
Does it work now? Yes.
As I expected, it's the last of my kind that I'm aware of. So it wasn't able to make it to the end. If only it could have held on just a little longer.
I hope that you will be free of this pain after returning home.
Just thinking about how many elemental life forms have turned into tumors of the Withering makes Paimon sad.
It's okay. As long as elemental power still exists, then we will still be around. An external form is but a gift of time. Through growth comes change, and even abandonment of previous forms. However, our true nature is not so easily affected.
It wouldn't have come to this if we were able to cure them earlier. But I will cure all of them. Even if it's just for the sake of the rainforest and all the life forms that live in it.
Just for that.
Thank you, Lord of Dendro. It was a wise choice for us to place our trust in you and wait.
Did I not do that yet? It's still spinning.
Hold on. I think I got something.
Yes, I also saw potential treasure.
Oh, I see. Okay, I understand. Thank you so much.
Did someone find something? Was it the children or the Arararara? Nara.
So, they found a fungus that matches the description I gave them. It's currently unconscious.
It must be in a similar situation as I was. We should hurry and go take a look.
Okay, follow me.
Let's not waste any time.
Keep up. Rah!
Oh yeah. Definitely have not done this.
Yeah.
Also failed.
Rah!
Failed again. It's probably the two of them that have hit each other, huh?
Yeah.
And that stump over there.
Yeah.
Yes. Puzzle solved. Treasure obtained.
Smells like something good is inside.
With that I found a decent amount of treasure. That's too far away. Far too far away. Seems the Aranara were the one that found something. Let's not waste any time on this loading screen.
We're close now. It's just a little further inside.
There's lots of mushrooms, don't there?
But there are so many fungi here. They're probably all ordinary fungi, right?
If we startle them, we won't be able to avoid a fight.
Yeah, they won't be happy to see us.
No fighting. These are all its family.
Then what do we do?
Although we belong to different species, we've spent a long time living among the fungi. They are very important to us. They can be reasonable, as long as we try to communicate.
We'll leave the talking to you then.
What should we do? You're the only one who can make it through, right? But you'll need Nahida's power if you want to save that fungus.
I've got an idea. Can you teach me how to change into a fungus?
Huh?
You want to transform into a fungus? But we don't have time for growth.
Nahida is a god. Changing into a fungus should be a piece of cake for her.
Even gods can't bend the laws of time so easily.
Then we'll have to enter with the risk of being noticed. We may not be able to avoid a fight. But if spending some of my power will guarantee the safety of you and its family, then I'm willing to try.
All right. You have great elemental power, so you may be able to do it. You will have to use power equal to that which is required to break through the limitations of time.
That sounds like a lot of power.
I will lend you the relevant knowledge that I have. It should make your transformation process a little easier.
Fangida? Let's see if we can achieve Fangida.
Alright, I'm ready. Changing into a fungus should be quite an interesting experience.
Lord of Dendro, this is nothing to joke about. I am extremely serious about this.
As am I. I'm not joking at all. Alright! Let's not get hung up here. If it's really possible to turn into a fungus, then why don't we give it a try now?
Let's turn Paimon into a fungus too.
Okay. Good luck, Lord of Dendro.
Well, that was easy.
Wow! You really turned into a fungus!
So, how does it feel?
It's actually not too bad. My perspective in this form isn't much different from usual. The unconscious fungus is just below here. Can you all help me determine which one it is?
Probably one lying on its back.
Oh, how do we do that?
I'll get close to them while you make your way over from above. You should be able to identify them using elemental sight since they're elemental life forms. Then, all you have to do is repeat the correct answer in your mind. As long as I'm able to see you, then I'll be able to hear your answer.
Okay, got it.
Let me lure away the fungi up top and make way for you.
Alright, good luck, Nahida. Let's go, Traveler.
I'm not controlling this, by the way.
There's a fungus on patrol in the center there. It looks pretty vigilant, so I'd better go around it. Nana! It seems they didn't notice me.
Well, they noticed you, but they didn't care about you.
It seems that fungus won't be moving for the moment. I should hurry and make my way through.
I see the mushroom. It's that one.
This is the spot. There are several fungi here. I'll hide and wait for the traveler to catch up.
What a surprise. It's the one lying on its back.
Ah, so this is the one. Understood.
Nahida, you just need eyes for that, not elemental sight.
Nahida, what's wrong?
I never knew that it was so tiring to change forms like that. I even used the techniques that it taught me. Seems like its warnings were not unfounded.
The power of time accumulates slowly and goes unnoticed. A great price is to be paid if you wish to perform drastic changes instantly. Thank you for everything you've done. All seems to have gone according to plan. Now, we simply wait for it to wake up.
Who are you? I apologize. Language is not easy. Need long time.
It's okay, I have good news. Let me explain it to you the fungi way.
1 hour later.
Apocalypse ended? Go home now? Yes. Unfortunately, I've forgotten where home is. I was hoping you still remembered. I remember.
Good. Very good.
Really? That's great!
Home, Dendro Dragon.
Dendro Dragon.
Dendro Dragon. Ah, yes, the Dendro Dragon. I'm sorry, I just got so excited. I've probably never expressed such emotions before. But yes, our home is the Dendro Dragon.
What's that?
Oh, wait a minute. Hyman's confused. Do you mean the Dendro Dragon as in an elemental dragon? Like Dvalin?
Yes, they're both dragons, but Apep, the Dendro Dragon, has been around for longer and has accumulated dense elemental power. But I don't quite understand. Why would you say that your homeland is a dragon?
Because we live inside the Dendro Dragon.
They're like fleas living on it. Or like mushrooms, I guess.
The Dendro Dragon. Inside. Very big. Mountains. Water. Trees. Us.
Oh, inside it.
There is an entire world inside the Dendro Dragon's body. The Dendro Dragon nurtured the earliest life forms and protected us inside of itself. It once told us in a majestic voice that once we finally matured, we'd be able to start life in a new world. However, that day never came. Our homeland was the greatest place there ever was before the apocalypse arrived.
Hyman's still confused.
Is it like dendro slimes giving birth to smaller slimes?
Yes, a very good example. It appears that you're much smarter than Paimon. The only difference is that the Dendro Dragon is much, much larger than any Dendro slime.
It's just a giant dendro slime with wings.
Wait, then if that's the case, doesn't that imply that Apep has also been contaminated by forbidden knowledge?
Yes, that is correct. What has suddenly made you look so worried, Lord of Dendro? I haven't seen this expression on you before.
I mean, infected dragons are generally a bad thing, Miss Floating Hydrofungus.
Apep is the most adaptable life form in the world. The forbidden knowledge should have become a part of its body a long time ago. Which means that if all the forbidden knowledge has been eliminated...
We killed the dragon.
And a big void will also form inside the dragon!
I'm afraid so. Its body and soul have probably been in terrible shape for some time now. No wonder I haven't seen Apep for so long. But how did it get contaminated? Was it due to the destruction of King Deshret's civilization? But anyway, Apep disappeared and has been gone ever since that time. It's been enduring unimaginable pain all the while. It's probably in pain as we speak.
So saving the dendro dragon is the important thing you need to do.
Yes! How could I have forgotten? If the Dendro Dragon fails to hang on, the elemental power inside it will no longer be able to maintain its form, and will all be dispersed. Dendro elemental power of that concentration will cause the rainforest to overgrow. Giant trees will completely block out the sun. Plants and humans will fight over oxygen. Sumeru will no longer be suitable for sustaining life.
Nahida, get a hold of yourself.
Hey, what about the crystal? Why don't you show it to them and see if they know anything about it?
Yes, I'm sorry. You're right. We don't have time to panic. Have you two ever seen anything like this before?
No.
Its power feels very familiar. Like something from our homeland, but I don't know what it is. I'm sorry our memories aren't very reliable.
Maybe it's the heart of a dragon.
It's okay. I'll contact my helpers just as I did before and see if they can locate your other family members. I'm counting on you all. Your info is crucial to us now. Let's wait for their reply again, though I know waiting can feel unbearable at a time like this.
Fungi friends.
Thank you. Family bringing fruit.
I explained to them that you aren't hostile. After seeing you save it, its family is very grateful to you.
Go home, thief. Hard decision. Don't know. They are weak. I worry. If waiting, then I hope.
Don't worry. I understand what you are trying to say. Family is very important to us, no matter when we were actually family. It has done a lot to protect this territory and can't help but worry now that it's about to leave. Can you do one last thing for it while we wait?
Take it out of its misery. Sure can do.
Of course, I can relate to how it's feeling. I need to organize my thoughts as well.
Thank you. Thank you. Tend, soil, food. Don't like plant invasion.
There are two things that it wants you to do. One is to look after the land that the food is grown in, and the other is to drive away the plants that are trying to invade the area.
Soil, there. First, seed, here. Paimon understood that. No need to translate. We'll take care of it right away.
Food seeds. The elemental life form, known as the floating animal fungus, gave you these seeds. Plant them in a field to grow food that the fungi enjoy eating. But will there be any fungi who remember how to till the fields in the future?
Oh, ow! Where did that come from?
Thank you so much for your willingness to help. In the meantime, I'd like to tell it the things we experienced on the way here. Sharing knowledge is a habit of ours.
Good. What a weird mushroom. Even compared to the other mushrooms, Stretchy is a bit weird.
Leave. Worried. Want to stay. Preparation almost complete.
You're bringing me very close to the edge of the map. That flower looks like a dendro slime. Waiting to happen. Water the farmlands. Good thing we are equipped for that.
We planted all the seeds! It's time to handle the invading plant life!
Well, it did not come alive. I thought that was your cue. So this kind of plant is invading.
Unleash! Your grand finale! Flag fly! And step! Whew! That should be all of them. That wasn't too tough.
Nahida, are you feeling better?
Yeah, I've calmed down now. But it doesn't seem like there's too much we can do until we receive some new leads.
Can you tell us about the Dendro Dragon? We don't know anything about it. Who is it? And what does it have to do with King Deshret?
Well, the history of dragons starts from the very beginning of Tevat. Sumeru was Apep's territory. In those days, the lush rainforest covered the entire nation.
Oh, so there was no desert back then?
Not at first. That came when a giant spike fell from the sky, turning a huge section of the rainforest into sand. In an attempt to adapt to its new environment, Apep changed color from the emerald green of the forest to the yellow of the sand.
No wonder those two elemental life forms are always talking about the importance of adapting.
Apep has always seen itself as the master of Sumeru, and has refused to recognize the new order that was established. Even now, it probably still holds great hostility toward the gods. However, powerless against the power in the sky, and then the forbidden knowledge many millennia later, it's been unable to stir up any trouble.
But the gods and dragons were on good terms. At least... Well, Venti and Valen get along well. Zhongli and... what's its name? Not so much. Oh no, just the bad half of that dragon was evil. They were friends in the past. Asterheart, that's the name of it.
Conflicts between the two sides are destined to continue until a balance can be found.
We didn't fight any dragons in Inazuma, right? That would have probably been some Japanese-style dragon, if so.
As far as I know, Apep had been slumbering in the desert, and King Deshret had taken a great interest in it. Maybe this is why Apep was contaminated. I'm not sure what may have led it to become involved, but rescuing it is definitely our top priority right now.
Mei has lost her dragon. Yeah, what happened to Kurikara? No Kurikara in this game.
The crystal that I have in my possession is probably the key that links the two matters together.
Turn to the Withering Zone and speak to the elemental life form. You say withering zone, but there was no withering zone here, right? There was just mushrooms here. Also, we did not talk to you. Good talk.
Thank you, Lord of Dendro. Family happy. You really like them, don't you? Family like. Do you not like your family? That's not what Paimon meant. It's just that you guys aren't actually the same species.
Paimon, the 3 people currently on screen now, probably also all not the same species. And at least 2 of them might consider each other as family.
Does that matter? Family likes me. I like family. Paimon doesn't quite understand.
What it's trying to say is that as long as family members get along well, then nothing else matters. You place importance on appearances, but we do not. We find the experiences, knowledge, and connections we've made to be more important. These are all things that are more reliable than mere external appearances. These are the fruits of time, and the essence of what it means to grow.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. Looks can always change, so what's inside of us is more important.
Nahida has to leave, she is getting a call right now. What if my looks changed?
It wouldn't matter. Paimon would still be able to recognize you right away.
Oh? Understood. Thank you. Still nothing new from the forest. Seems like we won't be able to find your other family members for now. It appears we are out of leads to follow. And if no one knows how this crystal works, then a pet may be in danger.
Sorry.
It's okay. It isn't your fault. I don't think it's a coincidence that neither of you can remember anything about the crystal. Maybe it's because the crystal has a very close connection to forbidden knowledge, which causes memories of it to be unclear. And if that's the case, finding the other fungi still wouldn't help us at all.
The crystal and the apocalypse. The apocalypse and memories. Lord of Dendro, do you still remember the prophecy?
I do. What about it?
The prophecy is a story that connects events of the past and the future. A family member once said that the apocalypse is a part of us, and that there is value in preserving it. The rest of the family did not approve of its opinion at the time, so it left.
Preserving the apocalypse? Do you mean that there's still some that hasn't been eliminated?
That's not very likely. The power of Irminsul covers every inch of the land. Did the prophecy say where that family member went?
To the limitless depths east of Sumeru, a murky place that no one can return from.
A chasm.
Yeah, that must be the chasm, right? But what is it doing there?
It's impossible to preserve forbidden knowledge, but... what if it can be converted to a different form? I'm sorry if I'm suddenly not making any sense. However, I do think it's possible.
I'm suddenly thinking of that one tree in the chasm, where I found a weird leaf that I showed off at one point, because I did it mostly off screen.
Follow me. I'll explain it once we find that elemental life form.
We are unable to reach the destination. Head to the deepest part of the chasm. Do I still have that item? No, that's not it, right? No, that's it. The shriveled seed. Seemingly withered object that seems to, by normal judgment, be a seed. However, it still has a surprising amount of life in it yet. Best not to eat it for now. I wonder if we're gonna do something with that now. And if I had not found it yet, I would have been required to. Wait, where are you taking me? Oh yeah, chasm. Inside the chasm. Deepest part of the chasm. So not where that thing is. I think that thing is right here. Yeah. There is a tree and lake and all that stuff. Loading screens. We have not seen in a while. Chasm loading screens. Obviously, this one takes a little bit longer. Because who would expect us to go here? I did not.
So that elemental life form came all the way here on its own and spent a long time by itself? Wouldn't it already have become the Withering like the others?
There is a chance that it could avoid that end, using the power of something here.
I wonder what something you could be talking about.
I'm referring to what was used to fight against the Abyss. It once repaired the rifts of Tevat long ago. It has the ability to purify and stabilize powers that shouldn't exist in Tevat. Forbidden knowledge that its light has shone upon is kept here forever in a different form.
You mean the oozing filth?
Yep. It's just like soap bubbles that rise to the water's surface.
Another strange metaphor, but Paimon somehow gets this one.
What the Lord of Dendro means is that the apocalypse was altered by the power of the giant spike and hidden within the oozing filth.
Yes, and it shouldn't be far from here. Let's go and take a look.
Are you saying that because you mentioned the word giant spike, that the thing that turned half of Sumeru into a desert is also one of these things? And once again, I feel like we have not seen one of these in Inazuma, did we? I don't remember. This does not look good.
Look! It's over there! Looks like we'll have to clear out the oozing filth in this area. You two should be able to take care of it, right? Yep! We know what to do! We'll just use the lumen stone on the oozing concretion!
That thing. That thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing. Lumen stone. I failed.
I hear everything. I'm going in. Out of the way.
Turret, bring them here! Ha! Oh, we finally managed to rescue it.
It should be the life form from the prophecy.
That light.
Wait. Something dark is coming out. Something's not right!
Everyone, back up.
What's going on? Didn't Nahida say it was purified?
Maybe it's because such a long amount of time has passed. Although the power of the oozing filth is more stable than that of the apocalypse, it is still a form of dangerous power. It might have lost its mind after being soaked in it for such a long time.
Oh no! But we still have tons of questions we need to ask!
I should be able to purge it with my elemental power.
Wait, don't do it. This is definitely connected to forbidden knowledge.
But this is our only chance.
I said no, and I mean it. We can't go through that again.
Traveler!
I'm sorry. I got a little anxious.
It's okay. I trust your judgment. I was being a little hasty myself. Let's see if we can think of another way.
What about the crystal?
Oh, yeah! You said that the elemental power in the crystal was identical to theirs!
You want to use its power, but
The Lord of Dendro seems hesitant. I too would advise caution. It's risky to use its power without fully understanding its intended use.
Don't understand! This no good, that no good. Save lives! Important!
I like floating animal fungus. Also just its voice.
Yes, I understand, but this is our only chance to return home. We cannot afford to be careless.
it's okay. There's no need to argue. I'll think of something to do about the elemental power that will be used. How about this? Traveler, you could try using it.
Me?
I understand that you have an amazing resistance to forbidden knowledge.
Sure thing.
Don't overdo it, Traveler. Paimon will be worried.
Lord of Dendro, and you others. How long have I been waiting here?
Yay! Looks like it worked!
The Lord of Dendro, here in person. Does that mean the apocalypse has come to an end?
I've never taken a good look at this kind of mushroom. It looks very interesting.
Wait, did you get smaller again?
A little bit.
I'm sorry. That portion of my memory is highly unreliable at the moment. I can't seem to remember who you are.
That sounds about right. After all, the purpose of my existence is precisely for those unreliable memories you speak of. You once said that the apocalypse will be completely eradicated, and that relevant memories will become unstable. Even you couldn't promise that you'd remember our agreement after those events take place. However, you are definitely someone who stays true to your word. My sacrifice is nothing compared to your resolve.
You and I made the agreement?
Yes, you used your power to protect me. That is the reason why I was able to survive here.
Cute. It is indeed very dog-like, especially in this tinier form.
To be honest, I'm nearing my end. I had thought I'd be stronger than this.
No one can withstand the power of the apocalypse.
In order to preserve a somewhat stable memory, I had to change the power of the apocalypse into a different form. Only the giant spike that fell from the sky was capable of doing something like that. But the moment I chose to go through with it is the moment I lost my chance of being rescued by the Lord of Dendro. But enough about me. Lord of Dendro, let's get to the important matter at hand. As you can see, I won't last much longer.
I understand, and I'm sorry, but... Can you please tell me what this is?
This is a fire seed. It's an essential item for saving the Dendro Dragon. Thankfully, it appears to be in good condition.
Okay, I was right. It is fire inside.
The Lord of Dendro and our people created this item together. It mimics how the Dendro Dragon's Heart of Oasis operates.
As well as it being the dragon's heart, possibly.
The Dendro Dragon has been tormented by the apocalypse for far too long. It too is nearing the end of its power. However, if you are able to reactivate its Heart of Oasis using the Fire Seed, then the Dendro Dragon will begin to recover. And as a result, our homeland will return to the way it once was.
Oh, so the Heart of Oasis is a Pep's source of power.
No wonder the crystal was able to heal this fungus just now. That's what it's used for.
What? You used the Fire Seed to save me?
Mm-hmm. Why? What's wrong?
That's... never mind. It's not your fault. You didn't know. The Fire Seed contains a high concentration of elemental power inside of it. It's very powerful, yet fragile at the same time. It is not stable in its current form. To prevent any accidents, please don't use it again.
Since I am its creator, I will take responsibility for it. I assure you there's no need to worry.
All right. Aside from being able to heal the Dendro Dragon, the Fire Seed can also resonate with the Heart of Oasis. In other words, you will be able to find the Dendro Dragon by following the guidance of the Fire Seed. But you should hurry. There is little time to waste.
What about you?
Forget about me. You should hurry home now.
Everyone is returning home, including you.
As I told you, I've already lost my chance to be saved by the Lord of Dendro.
Your head looks like a loaf of bread.
Lord of Dendro, I thank you for coming to find me, and for being willing to save the Dendro Dragon. Our past has been saved, and our future has been ensured.
You gonna attack us now?
It's enough for me, just knowing that they will return home.
Hey, wait!
It might not.
It turned into oozing filth.
Can you use the Lumen Stone once more? I can still feel its elemental power. Please, of all of us, it deserves the chance to return home the most.
Okay.
This is a small ball of light that it left behind.
I can feel it. I can feel its knowledge and emotions. It has all returned to its original elemental form and is becoming one with the other family members. Do not be sad, my friends. Its wish has come true, and it's very happy right now.
Because its external form doesn't matter, right?
Yes, because our external form does not matter, and our home has been saved. There is nothing more important than being together with family.
Let's go!
Oh.
Home.
Follow the directions and head to Sumeru's desert region. So many different loading screens today. Also, I'm still not sure how well I explored this new region yet. I'm sure there's still chests and quests lying around, so let's hope I don't get distracted. Or at least not too much.
It's not much further. Follow me, we're close now.
Advance deeper into the sandstorm. But the sandstorm is over there. Also, I see a distraction right before me. It might lead us in the correct direction though, so fine. Oh no, tight rope walking. With a little bit of lag. Thankfully, did not make it impossible. Oh hey, one of those plates as well.
So this is the thrill of adventure.
Mr. Hillichar, do you mind if I take that? It belongs to me. Yes, you do mind.
I can feel its power lingering and shifting around us. Sometimes it feels distant, but other times it seems close. This is its way of warning us. It has already noticed our presence.
I noticed the presence of a Dendrooculus, so... Actually, it has two of them. Distractions, my favorite.
Breathtaking.
At least it's not well hidden.
For trouble?
Break a leg.
Can't see?
Teamwork is dreamwork. Get out of here.
Let's nip that in the bud. Now you're testing my patience. One with the force. Gotcha. Right, Will. Meet again.
Your grand finale. And step. How embarrassing.
No more tricks up your
Flex up.
sleeve.
Everybody stand back. Huh? Take cover. Allow me.
You won this one.
Provisions are vital.
But was it vital that I got distracted like this? Probably not.
We won't be able to see anything if we keep going that way. Hey, look! Something's over there!
Big.
We found it. A pep, the Dendro Dragon.
Hey, Dvalin, you suddenly seem tiny. Yeah, that's a very big slime.
I knew it would be big, but not that big!
Maybe it's just a Fata Morgana.
Puny god, puny human, leave my domain. Frail life forms like you cannot survive in the endless sands of the desert.
A pep, we're here to save you.
I do not need saving, especially not by you, brewer.
Haven't heard that name in a while.
You are no different from Amun. Both of you have only existed for a fraction of what you know as time. Yet you call yourselves lords of this land by leaning on the heavens' glow. You're better off paying attention to your path ahead, as you will fall where you've fallen before.
I know that you hate both gods and humans, but you've grown too weak now. Can't you let go of your hatred, even for only a moment?
Let go. For only a moment. Foolish booer. You will find no gratefulness from me, even if you heal me. You will only be reviving the dragon that will destroy Sumeru and the Seven Nations.
No, you're ill, that's all.
That I am. Time will bring death to all. It's unavoidable. Although I am gravely ill, my mind remains clear. I am different from the ancient dragons that came to terms with you.
There's no need for this. There's no point in fighting. What we need is the truth.
The truth. The shackles that the God of Wisdom cannot escape from. I have paid dearly for the truth, and you shall do the same soon enough.
Hey, don't leave! Careful, something's coming.
Ah! What is that? Paimon's never seen that before!
Those look weird.
It's our family.
Sorry, I didn't want to say that to your family.
Huh? They're your family too? But they don't look anything like fungi.
External form not important. Inner nature say.
The composition of their elemental power is identical to ours. In other words, they're residents of our homeland.
Is this what they've become after experiencing the apocalypse?
This one seems mostly empty inside.
This is also a form of adaptation, although a most gruesome and pitiful one. Many of our family members never made it out of the Dendro Dragon. They've gradually taken this form in order to survive the apocalypse.
Is there any way to avoid fighting them?
No.
Hey! Can you guys talk? We're here to rescue you!
I take that as a no. They're not responding.
They've given it their all just to survive.
They're being drawn by the fire seed. Only its power can temporarily free them from their pain. All that remains are the instincts to survive and search for energy needed to do so. Everything else has been discarded in the process of adaptation.
They feel like corrupted mushrooms. At least the texture feels mushroom-like.
So this is the result of forbidden knowledge.
Would our world become the same if forbidden knowledge was allowed to rampage across Tevat? Like fish struggling on land, unable to find a single puddle of fresh water in the entire world.
Can talk about this later. Let's deal with them first.
Yes, but please try to be gentle with them. They are not evil in nature. All they want to do is survive.
Well, they will not survive.
Hold the line! Break a leg!
Chomp, 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 you say.
And step!
I hear everything.
Letting things survive is sadly not something I can do.
Paimon thinks they used up all their strength. They don't seem aggressive anymore.
They want to go home.
Yes, it was never their intention to leave the Dendro Dragon.
Is there a way to make them revert to their elemental form?
By killing them.
Years of torment is what turned them into their current state. Their external form has become their shackles. It seems only the Fire Seed or Apep's Heart of Oasis can save them. But it'll be risky if we use the Fire Seed again.
Correct. We cannot use the Fire Seed again.
Everyone goes home, not just us.
Let's just take them with us the way they are.
This is becoming quite the dilemma.
Let me think for a second. It's fine. Let's use the power of the Fire Seed. I can't bear leaving them in the desert like this.
But
Don't worry, the decision is on me. I'll take responsibility for whatever happens.
if it breaks, it breaks.
It won't require much elemental power. I'm just worried that it'll become unstable. But as long as I use my elemental power to stabilize it a little, it shouldn't be a problem.
Thank you. Sorry. Stubborn.
Thank you, Lord of Dendro.
Returning home is the most important thing to you. I've come to understand that during our travels. I'm not doing this just to protect you, but also because I hope to use you and your experience and try speaking to Apep again. After all, that giant Dendro dragon is also your family. Maybe it would listen.
I will stand with you, Lord of Dendro. I will never forget your kindness.
Yes. Yes!
Thank you. Alright, here it goes.
Family. We will all be able to go home soon.
Whoa. It's shining now.
It evolved. It's getting bigger.
Endless amounts of knowledge and emotions are moving inside of me. They're all very excited. To imagine such growth could be achieved in such a short period of time.
It's because you're carrying everyone's hopes and dreams.
Yes, finally, we can go home.
Yes, they are Pokemon after all. You're correct.
This is the last part. Let's go.
Find where Apep is hidden. Music is very excited about this. It won't be hard to find that dragon. Well, if it keeps hiding in sandstorms, it might be. I guess there's no distractions around. Ah, never mind. Found one. How can you do that? This guy is wondering. How can you do that? I'm sorry to disturb you
For a dance.
in your very silly moment.
Observe your grand finale. Rest and rebuild. Covenant of the deep.
Dance with me, the curtain falls.
We should
I
make
beat
the,
the
most
enemy.
of these supplies.
But someone is still angry at me.
Flag fly. And step.
Somehow that missed. Somehow we are missing. What are you doing running in circles like that?
Enshroud!
Don't follow me. Can I avoid you? I guess. I might not be able to avoid all of those. Then again, he is sleeping. Good. I see.
This cave is huge. Could this be where the Dendro Dragon lives?
We can't go any further.
Yeah. Who knows what's inside that cave?
Our goal is not only to find the dragon, but to also enter the world inside of it.
Yes, I also saw that distraction, but I was whisked away before I could get close.
That will be impossible if we can't get it to cooperate with us.
But how are we gonna do that? It doesn't seem to want to help at all.
I'll see what I can do. Pep, I know we don't see eye to eye, and that we have a very different understanding of the world and its orders. However, we are both born of elemental power, and both suffered the torment of forbidden knowledge. We are not that different. And right now, we share a common enemy. We should not let our differences get in the way.
Wonder if the Dendro Dragon's even willing to listen.
I don't care about what you believe in, who you hate, or what you've done in the name of hatred. Nor do I expect you to be grateful. I'm here to save both you and your people. My people. They've been searching for a way to save you ever since they left their homeland. They yearn for a chance to return home. And now that everything is over, all the hatred that you harbor has lost its meaning. Rather than continuing to fight, you should consider the life you've produced.
The void has listened, but does not answer.
No response.
Your eagerness to survive means that you haven't given up on that world yet. If you claim to know so much more than I, then why don't you truly think about why you want to survive? And why you're so vengeful?
Still no good. Hurry! Grab onto me!
Please keep everyone safe. And send us to the homeland.
Currently going home.
Nahida, where are we?
Oh no, did we get separated?
Huh? And what about the traveler? Where'd she go?
Nahida is the new main character.
I was only able to ensure that we made it here safely. It's possible we arrived at different locations.
Well, then let's go have a look up ahead. Paimon's feeling really worried.
Yep, let's go. I wouldn't worry too much. The traveler's no pushover.
Paimon knows that. It's just that Paimon isn't used to not having the traveler around.
But it keeps happening more and more.
Let's hurry. She might be just up ahead.
Dragon guts. I see. Yeah, meanwhile, Traveler has exchanged Paimon for the shroom. Just like I wanted. Oh, I can't do anything. Like I don't have any of my moves. That feels like a thing I should be worried about. I stepped through. If it wasn't for the quest marker, this would be a great screenshot.
What's that?
Dragon shoes.
That should be the heart of Oasis. All we need to do is light it with the fire seed, and it'll restore a pep with elemental power. The damage it suffered internally will also slowly begin to heal.
Then let's hurry and light it. We still need to find the traveler.
Alright, hang on.
Goodbye.
Wait! The fire seed! What happened?
It went out.
It shattered. It was even more unstable than I expected.
But why? We barely used it!
Time to leave a really bad review and buy a new one anyway.
I'm not sure. Perhaps the fire seed was only capable of protecting one person? But if I didn't use its power on everyone, there's no way of knowing where you could have been sucked into. And even if that's the case, there's no reason for it to simply shatter, unless...
Unless what?
Unless I was already in a weakened state when I created this fire seed. Which would be when we had first saved the desert.
Oh no. Wait, let's put that aside for a moment. If the fire seed has shattered, wouldn't that mean we came all this way for nothing? Oh, do you know what we should do now, Nahida? Oh, come on, Paimon, think!
Don't worry, Paimon. This is my responsibility. The Fire Seed is technically just a ball of highly concentrated elemental power. Although my elemental power is slightly different than that of elemental life forms, I gained a better understanding of it when I turned into a fungus. So, all I have to do is imitate that power, while adding some of my own. And I'll be able to do what the Fire Seed was supposed to.
You're gonna become the Fire Seed?
Nahida was the main character for a moment, and then she dies.
Yes. It'll take a lot of power from me, but it still won't be anything compared to when I was in the desert.
Gonna turn even tinier.
I might, however, become even smaller.
Paimon-sized.
What happens if you keep getting smaller?
I'll become a blade of grass or a twig. Basically, I'll return to how I was first born. I will be able to unleash power beyond my limits if I can reverse the process of growth.
But you'll lose everything. You'll not only lose your appearance, but you'll lose your emotions, memories, and who knows what else?
That's all right. None of that matters compared to the dangers that the Pep is facing right now.
No, wait! There has to be another way. Besides, what will Sumeru do if you turn into a twig?
Maybe you and the Traveler can plant me in the soil of Sumeru once it is all over. I can still communicate with the world through the forest. It's just that you won't be able to see me for some time.
You can't be serious. If the Traveler were here, she definitely wouldn't let you go through with it.
Which is why she isn't here.
If we knew this was how you were going to take responsibility, then we never would have agreed in the first place.
I'm sorry, Paimon, but we're out of options. Not all eagles who have fallen to the ground can soar in the sky once again. But if no risks are taken, then the eagle will be grounded forever.
No. Please, no, Nahida!
Meanwhile? No?
The Fire Seed shattered, and she's...
I know. A sacrifice must be made, but not by the Lord of Dendro. We've all grown on this long journey. If the purpose of that growth was to return home, then our wishes have come true. Would you lend us your power?
You knew it would come to this. All the knowledge, language, and emotions that you have learned will be reverted into pure elemental energy. In your new homeland, nothing of who you were will remain. You won't be remembered by anyone. Is that truly the return you've always dreamed of?
Lord of Dendro, don't be sad. This is not your home. We go home. Lord of Dendro should also go home.
Hear us, please. Feel our heartfelt desires. Awaken!
Save the home of the elemental life.
To imagine such a short
It's because you're carrying everyone's hopes and dreams.
Yes, finally, we can go home.
Warden of the Last Oasis, evolved from an apocalyptic millennium. What the heck are you?
Everybody stand back! Uphill battle! Uphill battle!
Step. Break a leg. Yeah, jump.
Mold is also a fungus.
This way through the
I guess.
Hey,
Adventure time!
hold the line. A fresh maneuver.
Let's nip that in the bud. Keep up. One with the force.
Flags up. And leap. The Temple of Wisdom. Everyone hold hands.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Allow me. Tori, bring refuge.
There we go. Are we?
Thank you for protecting me with your elemental power. Goodbye. We may never meet again. I will wait for it, no matter how long it takes. This is the agreement we made.
Am I supposed to attack this thing or them? I'm not sure.
Hold the line. Flags up. And step.
I mean, I am hurting both, but
Get out of here!
Make yourselves at home. Everyone hold hands. Allow me. Flags fly. Observe.
oh, that thing is gone. Deadly monster incoming. Oh, cool. Is it that thing? Are you deadly?
Teamwork is dreamwork!
There is a shadow in the background still.
Off we go!
Share my knowledge.
And shroud. Let's nip that in the bud.
I see everything. Strike is one. Flags up. And leap. Flags fly.
I'm going in!
The Temple of Wisdom. Everyone hold hands.
Am I filling up that bar up there, or am I trying to prevent that from happening? I'm not sure that's any better. Warden of Oasis Prime.
I learned a wonderful word. Sumir, which means right. It will be your name.
Revived by the fire seed.
Your grand finale. I see everything.
I see a grand finale.
I'll uproot you.
Off we go.
Share my knowledge. Hey. Allow me.
Enter the shield of Revival King. Defend against the aftershock of the apocalypse. Okay, sure. I'll stay here.
Flags up.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Get out of here. Out of the way.
Break a leg. Observe. Hey! Can you hear Paimon? Say something! You fungi said that your form didn't matter, right? Then let us know that you're alright.
That's enough, Paimon. I know you are sad.
Their knowledge, memories, and emotions have been reverted to elemental power and released. They are no longer able to respond to you.
Hey, dragon. Did you know there was a fungus dragon inside you?
The guardians that have accompanied me for countless eras have also transformed into my elemental power, just as they did. They will be born once again now that they're one. There's nothing to be sad about.
But that's different! They won't ever be the same. Paimon, we will never understand it, and it will never understand us. That's how it's destined to be. But as long as you can be healthy again, then nothing else matters to me, Apep. Samara will be free from threat as long as your health is maintained.
I thought that my rage would be kindled once my power returned to me. However, what I feel now is a feeling that has long eluded me. The feeling of peace.
The forbidden knowledge influenced you ever since you were contaminated, greatly amplifying your hatred and rage.
Yes, there's no denying that. Although my hatred for that usurper from beyond the heavens still stirs deep within me, destroying you and your people serves me no purpose. Be that as it may, my position still stands, and I will have nothing to do with you. When you inevitably perish due to your ever-expanding curiosity, I will still sneer and mock you in my heart.
Thanks, I guess.
Heesh! Who can put up with you? I respect your decision, and with time, I will prove to you that we will not repeat our mistakes. Before you begin resting, there is one last thing I would like to know.
Your insides smell horribly. Look at that.
How did you become affected by forbidden knowledge?
It's a long story. We all once believed in the distant past that only forbidden knowledge could give us enough power to defeat the heavenly principles. The Dragon King acquired the power of darkness from outside of this world, and led us in a fight against the order established by the outsiders.
Nibelung. Interesting. Also, I'm pretty sure Heavenly Principles is the name currently used for that thing in the opening cutscene of the game. Is she the one who sent down those light pillars? Which we found one in the chasm and one on top of Snowy Mountain Place.
Dragon King?
An unimaginable war took place into that, causing destruction on an unprecedented scale. The world itself was on the verge of collapse. In war, the victor would inherit the right to shape the world, while the losers must turn into ash. But I didn't give up on searching for a way to turn the tides, even after the death of the Dragon King. As I attempted to collect more forbidden knowledge from the corners of the world, as it was on the verge of collapse, I was stopped by the giant spike that fell from the sky.
Yeah, that thing.
Sand dunes arose where there was only forest. And it was as if even Sumeru itself was trying to tell me that the era of the dragons was over.
But you still didn't give up, did you? Because of Amun Al-Ahmar.
Yes. Al-Ahmar eventually obtained this power with the help of Nabu Malikata.
The goddess of flowers.
His ambitions continued to grow, and he planned to establish a powerful kingdom in my domain. Although I didn't think much of him, I allowed his actions under one condition. The condition was that after his death, all the knowledge he came to accumulate would belong to me. At that time, I still harbored deep regrets. By the time the Dragon King finally returned, the world had irrevocably changed. Some of the dragons have grown close to your kind, and have forgotten all about our hatred from when the world was taken from us. And some died, leaving behind nothing but their bones, while others chose to flee after experiencing pain and agony.
Maybe the dragon of Inazuma died or fled.
But for me, the scales and will of the Dragon King still shine bright in my heart, even to this day. I will follow it until the end of my time.
You really are insane.
When Al-Ahmar's proud kingdom collapsed, I swallowed him whole as I agreed, and absorbed his elemental power. However, what I gained was no benefit. No. I gained the apocalypse. I used up all my strength just trying to keep the pain under control. I had no energy to analyze the knowledge he had accumulated. But even then, I still believed that his insanity was far greater than that of my own.
So that's how the apocalypse started.
I admit that I fell for his trap. I was like a final failsafe in his plan. Tiny Booer, and the rest of you, continue forward. I shall keep a watchful eye. How far will a life so dear and precious to the heavenly principles be able to go? I wonder.
Maybe I'm misremembering about that name. I guess you're buffing us out now. Thanks.
Hey, looks like we've been sent back out. Still in one piece, too.
Just without mushroom friends.
The dragon will need to rest for a very long time before it is fully healthy again. It's not as ruthless as it was before. Curing the dragon of its illness has seemingly made it more open to reason.
Nobody's in a good mood when they're feeling sick. Even though we accomplished something really important, Paimon still doesn't feel happy for some reason.
Bringing everyone home was supposed to be a happy occasion, but it seems to have lost some of its meaning.
Indeed. Although they'll still have the chance to be born again, they've lost their memories of their journey and their feelings for their homeland. Each opportunity for growth is unique in its own way. Perhaps the immense power we released was the pouring out of all these irreplaceable emotions that had built up over time.
Can you really call a place with no family your home?
Family. Right! The hydrofungus left behind its family.
Now go to them and explain where their parent went.
Those two fungi might be waiting for it to return.
Oh yeah! Let's hurry and go take a look! How are we going to explain all the complicated things that happened?
You can't even talk mushrooms, so not very easily. Okay, no, it's that the child can at least understand human. But also distractions. The Lost Hermitage. Well, it's not lost anymore. Oh no, mushrooms. I hear you.
No need to stand on ceremony. I'll just take this.
So as you can see on the map, I actually was in here during the previous version, but it looked completely different. I just saw a cave with light in a small cave, and Paimon told me I can't go here yet. It completely changed how this cave looks. But what happens if we go? Oh. I see and understand. Maybe I don't understand. Maybe there is nothing to understand. Dragon Force Field, I guess. I'm curious because I'm assuming we are supposed to get past here, but maybe not yet. This has been added newly in this version. Maybe it will open up after we are done with this quest. Is this the first time we are seeing a Dendro loading screen? Back to where we started. This joke will eventually get old. By that time, we'll have left Sumeru. I'm sure.
They're still here! Have they really been waiting here all this time? We're back.
Still happy. Still confused.
I'm sorry. I really am. But it's gone home and won't be able to return for a very long time.
No longer happy or confused.
Don't be sad. It did it to protect you. Your happiness is more important to it than anything else in the world. It said that Noor is its most important family member.
Alright, it did remember the name during that battle. I almost didn't notice. Or almost forgot.
That's your name, isn't it?
Sad floating hydrofungus. I'm sorry I cut you off, Noor.
This is wonderful. So it has left traces of itself after all. They will definitely meet again, someday.
Back to Bird. Homecoming complete. One day the dragon will eat Nu as well. For once at the end of a Archon story quest, she's not actually here to talk to us more, is she? Interesting. Also, because I just remembered. I think it's this. Yes. I have been thinking about it. I noticed this a bit ago. I think it was after Wanderer's story. But you can actually go and read through stuff again.
Candace, we're here!
Also listen
Has
to
everyone
things
arrived?
again.
Everyone is already...
And it also remembers the choices you've made, and you can also change your choices afterwards. Which is pretty neat, and something you don't really think about. I thought about it now because I wanted to listen to Nua say its name again. That was a very drawn out Nua. But yeah, you can look back on everything. It is a bit of an audio bug, I guess. I remember I noticed it with Wanderer because we had a disconnection of the stream in the middle of that at some point, and I wanted to look what was said during that. But I didn't know this existed during the stream yet, so I looked at it afterwards, and it was nothing that important. But yeah, it's neat that that is here, and important to remember if we ever run into such problems again. Now, I do not know how and what unlocks this. Unless I just walk this way instead of going through that cave. Let's take a look. Is it just that path? Right in front of me? No. More. No, it should be that path. Probably then up that way. I thought this area would be where most of this story would take place, but I was wrong, I guess. Also, how do I get to you? From where that hilly trail is? Maybe. Oh yeah, there is a teleport point up there, so I guess we just go there above ground. Can I get to it from here? There's a friend around here, right? And by friend I mean enemy. Ah yes, there you are. Hey! Just money. Okay, that was not related to this at all. You are... I was about to say you are lucky, but no. You are actually very helpful, my friend. Sorry, I underestimated your helpfulness. You get to live as a result of that. I wanted to throw him off, obviously, but he just stepped away onto the invisible floor. Did not expect that. So anyways, what is this place? A place with more hilly charts.
One with the forest.
Your friend was helpful. How do you intend to not be?
Keep up.
We passed this way a moment ago. Paimon heard some kind of bonk-a-donk. Treasure? Paimon? Did we get a quest? Quarena of good and evil, the splendorous sky that day. Software later has appeared in the sky. You must first go into the desert to make contact with the Nagara Chunites. Found it, found it. Paimon wonders what it is. A mysterious drum. This one has a cryo marking on it. Huh? Oh, come on. This is no treasure. It's just some tattered old drum. I don't know what it could be used for either. Let's say we brought this back to the Grand Bazaar. Oh, maybe the people at the theater could make use of this. But wouldn't they already have a lot of these instruments there already? Do you know, it's not as if Paimon really knows the difference between drum types or anything. Hold on. There are notes over there at the side. It might just hold some clues. Nameless Adventurous Notes. This time I've been commissioned to try to find the local order and obtain information about something known as the Sign of Aposha. I must say that remuneration seems quite outsized when compared with the mission content. I hope I won't get caught up in any trouble. I reached the entrance to the Temia Mountains with the help of an eremite mercenary, but he refused to continue onward, saying that this was the border of a war. Must be some sort of desert-dwelling superstition. Contrary to what I was told, it seems that these Nagara Chunites are not very friendly to outsiders. Looks like I'll have to try infiltrating their ranks. I finally managed to make it out. Thankfully these people are pretty civilized, so I managed to get away with my life. As I thought, these high remuneration commissions always have something fishy going on. Looks like an adventurous work doesn't suit people who just want to earn some quick mora. I'll just leave this drum here. Maybe someone will pick it up. That way, I guess I won't totally disappoint Miss Catherine. Let Paimon see. Huh? This seems to have been left by an adventurer. The Sign of Aposha. Paimon's not super sure what this guy's talking about, but he sure is irresponsible, leaving a commission unfinished just because it's hard. But since that's how things are, let's hand this drum over to Catherine and see her reassign someone to complete whatever commission this was. Talk to Catherine. But treasure chest. Also, that might be a bigger kind of quest. Treasure chest and more oculi.
Hold the line!
Let's light it up!
And leap! Strike is one!
Everybody stand back!
Ugh, one thing after another. I hear everything. And Shroud. here? Yeah.
Allow me! Flags up! Observe!
Your shield's on fire, friend. More!
And step! Your grand finale!
Teamwork is dreamwork! Get out of here!
Why do they never miss? Rust and rebuild! Torrent, bring refuge!
You're not part of this encounter. Get out.
Can't see? Rah. Smells like something good is inside.
All I see is Sealy. Surely we will follow that Sealy very soon.
Keep up.
Hello there. How have your recent travels gone? They've gone quite well, thank you. Heard about your previous adventures. It seems that you've become very experienced. As long as you keep going, I believe that it will only be a matter of time before you become a truly great adventurer. Speaking of adventurers, we found this on one of ours. This was left by some irresponsible adventurer. We thought it'd be bad if the commission he took never got resolved, so we brought it back here. Mysterious drum. Indeed, this item is key to a particular commission. Thank you very much. The commission linked to this drum is very important. Is a very important one from the academia, and is also critical to the expansion of our operations. Unfortunately, though we have previously given this commission to various talented adventurers, they have all invariably failed. Oh boy, here comes trouble. Well, this is an issue that even the academia cannot solve, so we did expect a relatively high failure rate. Actually, Paramount's getting kinda curious now. What sort of commission is this anyway? Simply put, a recent star observation by researchers from the academia led to the discovery that the northern skies have become blocked by a strange, heretofore unseen phenomenon. Concerned that this would have a great impact on the accuracy of astrological calculations, the academia immediately put people together to investigate. This resulted in them delving into ancient records, within which they found mentions of a strange phenomenon known as the sign of Apausha, which bears strong similarities to the recent occurrence. According to these records, the celestial sign appeared after the disaster that engulfed most of Tevat 500 years ago. Although the circumstances of its eventual disappearance are unclear, its position has been determined to be near the Temir Mountains, at the northernmost region of the desert. However, that area has only ever been sparsely populated. Even when the ancient desert realms were at their peak, they did not extend that far. And after the cataclysm 500 years ago, that place was one of the areas worst affected by the encroaching abyss due to it being connected to an ancient underground realm. Since then it has been declared a restricted zone by the Academia. The only people who still live there are mysterious Darshan, known by the Academia as the Nagarjunites. Huh, a mysterious Darshan, you say? If even you are calling it mysterious, Catherine, it's gotta be something super mysterious. Though these seem like legends to the average person, they were once a Darshan of the Academia, albeit one that split off 500 years ago. Then the researchers who wished to fight the monsters from the abyss banded together and traveled to the depths of the desert, and the Nagarjunites are an organization comprised of the people who stayed there at the end. That said, it has been many years since, and they have branched off further and further from the Academia. They even seem to have developed their own academic traditions. It seems that they also worship a form of energy known as Kvarena. This energy communicates with them in the form of spirits. Well, I feel that I'm going off topic now. The Academia believes that this faction is strongly related to the Celestial Sign. However, they have not been able to establish contact with this group and, as such, have commissioned a guild to assist in the investigation. This is a win-win situation for us as well. Ruins related to Canria are located nearby, but exploration in that area has been declared taboo by the Academia until now. Canria, you say? If this commission is a success, perhaps we will be able to participate in future expeditions to those ruins. Since you have heard me say this much, why don't you take this commission on? Well, since Canria is involved, so after all that, it sounds like we just need to look for those whateverites, right? Sounds like it will be pretty easy, and we'll get some more from the Academia too. Yes, that drum you picked up was originally given to us by the Academia to be used as a token of good faith in our dealings with the Nagarjunites. Just give it to the organization's leader. It stands to reason that they will have some way to solve this problem. I'll be leaving this task in your hands then. I've marked the rough position of the Temia Mountains for you. Ad Astra Abyssosk, traveler. May you inscribe a new legend in the desert sands. Cavarena of Good and Evil. Yeah, this one is a bigger quest. It's not just a regular quest. I mean, I guess we can start it. But this is possibly on the level of the Aranara quest. And other such quests. So it will probably take up to 3 streams or more. Which means it's a good idea to at least take a glimpse at it. So where was that Sealy? Right there. More treasure. This must be the sign of Upper Osha, huh? A huge hole with lots of horrid stuff oozing out of it. Yeah, no, that looks kinda bad. Totally fine if something like that happens to appear in your sky. Speaking of things that appear, that look ominous. Yeah, you are an enemy. You most certainly are. And you are leading me right in that enemy's line of sight. Maybe he does not care. Does he have a beak? Well, he did not care. But he has a chest, so I have to beat him anyway. I see another teleport point.
Smells like something good is inside.
Anyways.
Yeah. Rah.
Anemo Hilichol Rogue. A mysterious Hilichol warrior that can manipulate Anemo to a certain degree. In battle, such Hilichols will enter a hovering state with the aid of Anemo slimes. Attack these Anemo slimes to shoot the rogues down. I was talking about flying Hilichols not too long ago, but I don't think this is the same kind. Boy, you look. That's not a... Well, it is somewhat a beak, I guess, if you're supposed to be flying. But also, I think this is the first time we are seeing a new kind of Hilichol since the very beginning of the game.
Get out of here!
Well, outside of Hilichols with different forms of shields, I guess. Because we did have rock shields and then ice shields. Actually, I might just be completely wrong because
One with the forest.
Inazuma also had some electro-charged Hilichos. But this guy is definitely different. He's not very smart though.
I'll bury you. One thing after another. Yeah.
Flags up! Observe!
Maybe he was smarter than I thought. A flower yet to bloom. A wildflower that a Hilichol rogue treasured. It was plucked before it could bloom. The Hilichol takes nothing with it in its sojourn across the wilderness save this flower.
Allow me.
Then are we
I think we can
only
forego the
barely
lost and
not
found
died?
reward.
Could go straight up to that horrid looking thing. Or continue on our path.
Keep up.
Oh? There's someone over there.
It's so hot. Even a mist flower would melt in this heat. Now that I think about it, it wouldn't. But you get what I mean.
Certainly need to get used to your new voice. I'm gonna pick up that teleport point. Be right there. That looks new.
Flags fly!
And it's hard to break.
Get out of here! Your grand finale!
Tritiarite, a splendorous stone that can be found in the depths of desolate mountains, seemingly formed from congealed elemental energy. Who are you? You guys don't look like tribespeople of the desert. More like adventurers from a faraway land. Correct. But no matter who you are, this is as far as you will go. Please go back. We've been commissioned to come here. Commission? What commission? As far as I know, the Academia of the Rainforest has declared this area a restricted zone. Why would there be commissions? We were commissioned to investigate something up in the sky that looks like bad news. The sign of... what was it again? The sign of a Porsche. Ah, yeah, that's the one. Wait, how did you come to know its name? Catherine of the Adventurers Guild told us. Hang on a minute, didn't you mention the correct name just now? Yeah. We just said... You filled it in for us, you... dumb... guy. Since you know of the sign of a Porsche, you must have heard of... Shamania, right? The Order of Skeptics. I guess that's the split of the Academia people that lives here. The desert past this point is restricted zone under our guard. As a ranger of the Order of Skeptics, I cannot let you pass, no matter what reason you may have. The Order of Skeptics? My apologies, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Pyro, a member of the Order of Skeptics in charge of guarding this place. Order of Skeptics? Pam remembers that Catherine told us to look for the Nagarju sites or something. Looks like Pyro isn't the one who we are looking for. Nagarjunites? That's just a derogatory name that those guys from the rainforest have for us. Lord Nagarjuna is a hero who fought against the deaf alongside the divine bird's hairs monster. He gained divine power through the rite of Chainbat and put an end to the calamity. How dare they call such a great hero and our first Vichnanapati by his given name? Wait, why am I telling you outsiders this? Are you two spies from the Academia? We are here because we accepted a commission from the Academia? So the Academia folks have been reduced to hiring some no-name adventurers to do their dirty work, eh? Cowards, just as I thought. I thought they might send some mercenaries over at worst. What an oversight on my part. Paimon didn't expect you to have such a strong opinion about the Academia. Also, lots of people have taken on this commission. Did nobody come past here? Did they all turn back before even getting this far? Did that animal Hilichol kill them all? Of course. Lord Nasuraya has said that he wouldn't have been reduced to this state if it weren't for them. Wait, so you are here to gather intelligence after all? I've revealed more than I should. Anyway, please leave. This conversation continues. As unwilling as I might be to do so, I would have to end you. What? You're the one couldn't resist blabbing. Why are you putting the blame on us? Also, there's no need to be rash. Alright, Lihon, show Pyro the token that Catherine gave us. He'll know what's going on once he sees it. Token? This had better not be some trick. Ta-da! Look, told you we weren't lying. Drum! What is this shabby drum? You call this a token? Let Catherine mix things up. You guys don't think you can bribe me with such a small thing, do you? Leave now, or things will get nasty. Don't you underestimate us skeptics. Bring it on! I guess that was a real choice. Are we seriously gonna fight? Bring it on! Come on, I know you can do it.
Flags up! Observe!
Got very good at this.
Strike is one.
Cease, I say! Hi? Lady Sorouche, why did you... You didn't have to attend to such trivial matters personally, let alone in front of these outsiders. More cute things in the desert. We parry appear before whoever we wish, and our volition is not for you mere mortals to question. How dare you overstep your bounds? More Pokemon. Also not wrong. This little thing is about Paimon size. The way she talks is kind of funny. Why is Pyra calling lady in that reverent tone? Your sins will be judged. But the time for that has yet to come. The two of you over there, as envoys of the Academia, it is only polite to state your names first, no? Yeah, we should have introduced ourselves first, but that high and mighty attitude of yours is... My words and actions are not contrary to traditions and principles of the party. The same cannot be said for you nameless persons. Ah, fine. We are not nameless. Paimon is Paimon, and she is Li Huan. We are adventurers who came here on a commission. I'm the one who is an adventurer. We are here to look for the Order of Skeptics. Hey, we adventure together all the time. I need only know your names. Your other trivialities do not concern me. However, as for that drum, that item has a profound connection with us Pari. It is not something that you mortals should possess. Li Huan, I command you to present it to me immediately. No way, at least sound nicer about it when you are asking someone for a favor. Besides, this item is super important to our commission. We're here to hand it to the leader of this order of yours. We give it to you and fail to complete the commission because of that, not only might we lose our reward, we might even have to pay Mora to the Adventure Guild. That's a huge loss. Reward? Mora? To think that you would risk your lives in a place fraught with peril for such frivolous reasons. You know nothing of what transpires here. One mistake would send your race tumbling into an eternal samsara, and yet you commit deeds that are beyond even our comprehension. You humans are such interesting beings. No matter, I shall bring you to the leader you speak of. This item would remain worthy tribute even if you should only present it to me after that meeting. That's more like it. Wait, that's still not right. We still have to deal with that huge hole in the sky, and if we don't... Huge hole. You refer to the sign of Apaosha, then. As you wish to quell this calamity with mere mortal coils. Ha! How presumptuous. Is it the duty of us Pari to eradicate the sign? It is the duty of us Pari to eradicate the sign of Apaosha. An endeavor that I, Sorouche, shall give my all to accomplish. To quell this calamity, I must follow in the footsteps of the divine bird Simurgh. I have heard that name before. And sacrifice everything that one might call Sorouche. Once again, someone that wants to sacrifice their everything for their cause. To stand in my way is not a sin that one such as you may bear. Simurgh? Foolish beings, have you not heard of the divine bird Simurgh? She is the master of Kvarena, who once saved the land from destruction. Legend has it that it was she who split into infinite motes of Kvarena after her sacrifice, thus quelling the catastrophe. Sure. Paimon doesn't think that we'll need you to sacrifice yourself. In any case, this matter is far beyond your capabilities, and your intervention is futile. All you must do is bear silent witness as I transcend. Found a person with a hero complex. You shall receive remuneration from the guild of yours, so long as the calamity is quelled, will you not? Still, do not forget to extol my virtues and laud my accomplishments. After all, even the greatest heroes shall require mere mortals like you to sing of their deeds. But Lady Sorouche, the witch Nanapati has instructed us to forbid suspicious individuals from interfering before the ritual is complete. I have decided, and as a pari, my word is law. Alright, follow me. I shall take you to the leader you spoke of. But grid yourself all the same. That which lies ahead is not a place that human beings can easily set foot on. You are very emotive. If you get lost or end up being eaten by some monster appearing out of nowhere, there shall be nothing I can do for you. She really talks a big game, huh? So annoying. I was just about to say it is very silent around here. Let's come on down. Let's maybe not come down. I'm not gonna go for the treasure chest over there, but occularly. If I can climb this wall. Statue of the Seven over there. More treasure over there. Orbs possibly over there. But we're going down. Hilly shells over here.
Let's nip that in the bud and shroud.
Let's light it up. I'm going in.
Break a leg! And leap!
Take cover.
I'll uproot you!
What do you mean, Death? Aren't these just abyss mages and hilly trolls? I think you would so easily defeat a rampaging Death. Your strength is most radiant. Indeed, consider me impressed. It's almost like you were 4 people in one. Though there's still quite a gap between you and Aspari, the sight of you fighting valiantly reminds me of those humans of legend who once fought alongside us. Yes, I was also thinking by Death as developer. Which would be funny if one of those hilichurls was that unusual hilichurl. I've decided then, you shall have the honor of being my Yasnapati. Yasnapati? Paimon doesn't know what that is, but coming from you it can't be anything good, really. Do you not have such things among humans? Strategists, scribes, and the like. Those who exist to praise the heroes whose stories they exist in. Oh, you want me to be your fan? Your fan club. Neither of those jobs are what you just described. No matter how great the hero, their deeds must be recorded and sung of by others. If not, the same fate that befell ancient heroes shall befall them also. Though they may have loved violence and conflict, great deeds are still great deeds, and they deserve to be remembered. Alas, those who loved conflict would be consumed by it, and once they had slain each other, they were all lost. And because there were no authors or poets to tell of their deeds, once all who had lived in such times were gone, their works forgotten to the last, I will not be like them. My great work shall shine so gloriously that the world itself will suffer great loss to not know of it. Thus I shall now give you permission to record those deeds. Sure. Rejoice and give thanks, for this is not a grace that a few receive from us Pari. This all sounds very complicated, but basically you just need someone to tell you how awesome you are, right? Sounds like an alright gig. Not interested, thanks. That's right, there's nothing worth bragging about with you. You just look kinda cute, that's all. Fancy coming from you, Paimon. Your refusal is futile. Orders given by Pari are absolute. What do you mean cute? I'm valiant. Heroic! But whatever the case, it has been decided. Fret not, you shall be free to do as you please, once I have sacrificed myself to restore the pure skies. Till then you shall witness my valiant form. Well, sure, even if Paimon can't see it. I'm not cute. Ugu. She looks pretty cute, but her attitude is just the worst. Paimon does not comprehend this person. Turtle! Also morning flower. Crimson flowers that bloom on ancient battlefields. They can even flourish in the depths of the desert. A drooping flower seems to be mourning for heroes long past. You don't seem to care about me. Which is a rare occasion. But I'll accept it. I want to pet. Give me a pet button. Probably can kill it for some kind of drop. Or maybe just meat. Path here is now dotted with grey crystals. When I last left it, it was not yet so. Grey crystals? You mean the crystals we are seeing everywhere? Paimon's had her eye on them for a while now. What are they? Grey crystals are remnants of the Black Fire's embers, proof that this land has suffered great calamity. The calamity. Indeed, I'm sure you have heard that a great catastrophe struck long ago, where dark fire rose from beneath the earth and scorched the land. The dark fire opened a bottomless hollow in this land, and the demons of death that crawled through that gap nearly turned this into a lightless realm. Though the gap was blocked by the great tree, the dark fire's filth spread like seeds, and the countless dark and painful memories released by that corruption began to lay down roots and sprout. This persisted till the honored lord of Quarena and the divine bird Simurg drank the primordial water left behind by our god, before transforming herself into Quarena of all kinds and scattering across the land. From that day on, the Quarena has taken the divine bird's place in defending this land, and thus painful memories that leaked out have been sealed by Quarena. What was left are these ubiquitous grey crystals. Though they seem no different from any other stone, they may contain objects that are yet to be purified. The grey crystals in the area have increased of late. I suspect that this must have something to do with the sign of Apaosha's dark power. But if we use Quarena's might, we can get rid of these crystals. If my senses do not deceive me, a wandering Quarena should be nearby. Let us look around. I smell gimmicks of the land. Gimmick of the land. Grey crystals. Are crystals left behind by the remnants of corruption. Use the power of Quarena to clear them out. As once that power retreats, the grey crystal will re-emerge. Grey crystals are crystals left behind by the remnants of corruption. Use the power of Quarena to clear them out. Once that power oh. I'm just rereading the same thing.
Flags fly!
Quarena on the way. Wait. Crystal melted. Well then, I did not misspeak, did I? This Quarena guards the Great Earth. The cultivation grounds of the skeptics lies just ahead. You are totally the things that we only saw as mushrooms in the previous quest, aren't you? Huh. Nah, it's an Oculus. No!
Everybody stand!
A new job.
Flags up! Observe! Your grand finale! Flags fly! And leap!
You're open.
Strike is one! And step! Flags up! Observe! Get out of here!
We'll talk.
Hold the line.
Also, I just noticed that I accidentally built a pretty well thought out team. With some interesting synergies.
Adventure time! Ah, even better than I imagined. It's my lucky day.
Bennett's ultimate creates a field that heals characters that are in it, and if the characters have a specific, I think 75% of HP or something, their attack will be increased as long as they're in the field. Yunjin's ultimate creates flags that surround the character and strengthen their normal attacks. So combining both, Yunjin, for example, can do really lots of damage while inside ultimate state, while inside Bennett's field. Also, Kokomi's ultimate just strengthens her own normal attacks, so that also benefits. So for example, if Kokomi is surrounded by flags and inside Bennett's field while using her ultimate, she probably does tons of damage. I should try that out. Tainari does not fit in at all. I mean, his elemental skill kinda makes his normal attack stronger, so it fits somewhat. Doesn't synergize as well. But also I did not plan any of it, so that's pretty cool. And I only noticed now during this fight. Oh hi, it's an Oculus. This is just that tutorial, okay. But I need to read it completely in here to get rewards for it. Okay. There is a something on the map. There's multiple somethings on the map. Talk to the leader of the skeptics.
Now that's what I call treasure.
That's what I'll call treasure. Can I find what? Yes, cabbage. Exactly what I wanted. Can I find what is marked before I'm supposed to find it, possibly? Maybe not. Lady Sarouche, Quarena's envoy, you have returned. Though it has taken much work on my part, the analysis of documents regarding the rite of Shinbat will soon be complete. According to my research, we need only collect all the great songs of Quarena next, and your great work may then be complete. Are those the things that appeared on the map? Wait a moment. You two are... Do not fret. They are Li Huan and Paimon, my newly chosen Yasna party and their companion. They are here to witness my great work. Hey now, Paimon hasn't agreed to that yet. A Yasna party, you say? Though I will not question your most astute judgment, I fear that allowing ignorant outsiders into this land before the rite of Chinavat is complete may have untoward effects. Know that the people of the Academia surely do not desire the rite's completion. Speak no further. I have my reasons for doing this. Well then, take that drum from before out, Li Huan and Paimon. A Corybantes, or drum. A Corybantes, you say? Ha, yes. This is an important catalyst for the ritual needed to forge a laupa between ourselves and the Pari, which is a connection. I have searched for many years for this, and to think it now comes to me. This is indeed a good omen for my future plans. It would be good if the Fates will also be with me when I lead the Order of Skeptics to throw down the Academia and burn the House of Dina, or whatever they call it, to the ground. Good luck with that. Wow, what a way to casually paint yourself as the villain, huh? Villain? Ha! The Academia are the true villains here, have no doubt of that. I forgot my introductions. I'm Nazajuna, the Vijnanapati of the Order of Skeptics. We would cultivate ourselves here. If you would use the terminology of the Academia, I would be the equivalent of a sage. But I doubt those pampered folk would care much for what we are at the margins, call ourselves. You do not look much like those the Academia might send. We did take a commission from them, sure. And so you are of them after all, but it matters not. Even if the entire core of 30 were to be sent here, my plans could not be halted. Well, whatever your plans are, we didn't come here to stop them, that's for sure. Ha! So they would all say, those treacherous louts from the Academia, and when my guard is down, you would stab me in the back. Just like those people in funny masks who try to skulk about and steal our academic tomes. Are the Fatui here? They even dare to attack our honored envoy of Karena, Lady Sorush. They met defeat at my hand, each one of them. I'm guessing those were the Fatui. The Fatui? I know not of what you speak, but they were city folk, so I doubt the Academia would be far behind in the shadows. Do not look upon us as such miserable few who inhabited the Temir Mountains. We once had such numbers that all the desert north of Mount Damavand would struggle to hold us. It is only because of our harsh environment, that the slander and ostracism by the Academia, that we have been reduced to this. If it was not for such sage souls as myself holding things together, the protection of Kvarena, we skeptics would have been reduced to nothing long ago. Sounds like quite a disagreement, yes. Catherine said that you have your differences, but it sure looks to Paimon like you skeptics really hate the Academia. Say not hate, but rather we simply cannot coexist. When I was young, I did go there to learn in an attempt to mend our differences, but they treated me like an outsider. Though they feign politeness by calling us a branch of the Academia, this is not but a means to belittle us. It is said that our predecessors had a clash of ideals with them, and so chose to go into the desert to stand against the darkness themselves. From that day on, we have been holding firm in the war against defilement, defending our land, and what have those useless louses been doing in the meantime? Compared to those pampered pedants, we who combine thought, word, and deed far better deserve honor for our wisdom. Paimon doesn't quite get it. He need only understand that conflict is the true nature of this world. Kvarena and impurity, Dari and the true way. It is these struggles for supremacy that have kept this world alive just as surely as the sky does. Those sophists in their fancy darshans believe that the fate of all are inscribed in the skies, and that this is the supreme wisdom and truth. But look, the skies reflect defilement itself. Surely their truth, then, is an imperfect thing. That logic seems a tad messy. Only those who dare to refute the truth can gain true wisdom. It seems that such courage is not found in you. Asureya, this is not the time to talk about such things. Have you not seen how the grey crystals hem us in every mortal tightly? If we do not extinguish the sign of Aposha soon, things shall grow more perilous indeed. Well, speaking of the sign... Right, that's right. We were tasked to fix this whole thing. But after all this talking, we still don't know what it's supposed to be. Ha! Well, our plans also involve extinguishing that celestial mark. As for what it is, if it must be described as anything, let us call it the water surface. Huh? The water surface? Your explanation's just making things more confusing. The water's reflection, while an illusion, nonetheless hides such truth within itself. So it is with the skies. It is like a mirage, if you have seen those before. That big hole up there is way spookier than any mirage. Well, it should be, for that celestial sign reflects an otherworldly hellscape. Oh good, we love those. Long, long ago, Dari, Kenria, once built a facility here that connected them to realms beyond. During the Great Disaster, which they say that Dari started, monsters swarmed from that very facility into the nations of this world. The monsters tore open a great rift that came to be called the Tunigi Hollow. And though they were sealed away with the new vein of the ancient tree, this mysterious sign appeared along with that. What the sign reflects is that which lies beyond the dark rift, and though the monsters cannot enter Tevat through that illusion, it nonetheless radiates corrupt energies. They say that our very first Wichnanapati extinguished that strange sign together with the Pari, but as the power of impurity has strengthened over time, this ancient symbol has appeared once more. And should we leave it be, who knows? The Hollow may truly re-emerge one day, and that ancient war will be reenacted. In truth, it might be interesting to live in such exciting times. What? No, that wouldn't be interesting at all. It matters not. Simorg drank the Amrita left behind by our god, transmuting herself into limitless Kvarena. As the heirs of the divine bird, solving this problem is the mission that we Pari have. I, Sorush, will surely leave behind a work great enough to be her equal. Of course, Kvarena's envoy, and we of the Order of Skeptics shall surely help you see your duty through. What's with all this talk about sacrifice? Is that really necessary to solve this problem? Well, in truth, I do not know. All documents regarding the sign of Apaosha have long been lost, and the traditions and rites surrounding it have also ceased to be passed down. Had it not been for me constantly looking up what documents were left, there might not have been any more left to know that the rite of Chinbat existed at all. According to my research, the Pari are the descendants of Simurgh, and should therefore also have the power to transform into Kvarena to purify the land. And would you not say that a grand sacrifice to save the world on the part of the divine bird's heirs very much suits our order's style? But that's so haphazard. The sacrifice you're talking about doesn't sound like a small thing either. Why aren't we thinking of other ways to solve this issue? I'm unsure. There's gotta be some alternative, right, Li Huan? It's always been this way, hasn't it? Yep, I'm very good at my job after all. I already said that you need not interfere. Simply witnessing my sacrifice shall suffice. There's something worth celebrating that we Pari should sacrifice our lives to purify the earth. Well, you say that, but I would ask that you keep a respectful distance from that which you do not comprehend, outsiders. But since this is the case, well, I was planning to investigate the Tunigi Hollow to make preparations for the rite of Chinvat anyway. Why don't you come along? I trust that you also wish to see the scars left behind by a fissure that once led beyond our world's bounds. When you see it, I believe you shall understand. Well, Paimon is kinda curious. A sound plan. In that case, I shall lead the way. After all, you would find it impossible to freely traverse this land, where Kvarena battles against impurity. My Yasnapati, follow me to the end. Watch me complete my mission. Sorush, Bloom God of the Pari. Exploration knowledge. Pari are very mysterious creatures, and as the Bloom God of her race, Sorush can replace your characters to fly and move. Oh, interesting. When Sorush is in flight, your character will stay in place to await her return. While in flight, Sorush can ascend or descend, and can use the Accelerate skill to increase her flight speed. Sorush cannot be too far from your character though. A Bloom Guard should never abandon others, after all. Sorush can call upon the special energies within items around, which mysterious Mayfly stands. Press Sorush's Interact skill to allow her to use her power to guide the might of Kvarena. Hold her Interact skill to cause her to stop and continuously channel Kvarena's might. During this time, you cannot control your character freely. You can control your character freely. As a parry, Sorush can also perceive some things beyond normal human sight. In that case, let me take you to the place where my fated sacrifice shall take place. Pale floater.
Or not.
Well, Paimon, I have to sadly inform you that we have gained yet another loudmouthed party member. And you have been replaced as a result. Left control and space, huh? That's certainly buttons to use. Don't stray too far from your companion. Ah, it's a drone. Plumes of purifying light. Fumes of purifying light are the fragments left behind by entities of Kvarena who have used up all their strength. Only paris such as Sorush can retrieve them. Some plumes will flee when Sorush approaches. She must successfully give chase to retrieve such plumes. Some other plumes split into orbs when Sorush draws close. Collect all of these orbs to retrieve the complete bloom. Huh? Huh? New loading screen. Oh, this was how to return you to me, huh? I guess I prayed the wrong button. Clicked the wrong button. Anyways, I just want to, at this point, gain this. No, wait, you are still here. What button did I press? I just want to get the statue of the 7 up there. That's all I want before ending today. Okay, yeah. I think I just flew too far away and got brought back. Or something. Unloading screen, yes. Well, we loaded this area. And there's also a new boss around. But I guess we'll keep exploring this place next time on Genshin Impact. Teleport currently this... Oh, because I'm talking to the statue. I thought for plot reasons I could not go elsewhere. That would have been scary. Anyways, I'm gonna end, but only after a little bit. Because there's one more thing I want to do. Okay, two more things. One, I want to check this tree to see if we unlocked any new stuff. Because I've not been
Weather's
here
not
in a
bad
bit.
today. Oh, crud. I jinxed it. Now it's bound to rain.
I think this is the better place to go. Yeah, because now I just need to go this way. Also, I cannot use this everywhere, which I also wanted to see.
Off we go.
It's a bit sad, because using it as a drone all over the place would be interesting. Because it would be much easier to explore areas before actually going places. Offer stuff. Level 38. Get stuff. Some gacha and some keys. Guess I'm a bit behind on stuff.
Good things come to those who don't wait around. That's what they say anyway. Knowing my luck, the opposite is probably true for me.
So you say. Anyways, the last thing I want to do today is some gacha. I think I said back when Nilu was first released that I'd probably pick her up some other time. And I think it is some other time now. Also, it's a very good banner otherwise, because I also would like some duplicates of Layla. But I'm not that far away from a guaranteed pull of her, so I don't think it's necessary to make a separate gacha video for it. So let's just see how long it takes. I think I'm about 20 or somewhere between 20 and 30 pulls into the 90 pulls. We'll see. I don't think I'll have to touch my 30,000 primal gems at all. I think I'll get there with the 60 intertwined fate pulls I have. Anyways, I hope I get some Laylas on the way. Or get Nilu very quickly. Either way is fine. But I also don't have Cookie or Dory maxed out. So things don't have a very high chance of being bad. And this is a good start. A very good start indeed. Because we used Layla last time, but she really needs some constellations before she actually gets good. Possibly one constellation is already a really nice improvement. I don't know which ones are actually good, how far we need to go. Here's some Dory. I don't think I've used Dory at all yet, right? I don't think we ever got to play as her in the story or any events. And I have not trained my own up. Wits of. Can't get just things that are on this banner, I guess. Not getting Nilu fast. That is what's happening. Oh yeah, good, good, very good. I am already happy with this gacha. To check what constellations I've unlocked for her with this before we end. Also more Dory. Not sure if this will be enough to make me train up my Dory. Dory is a healer. And Electro, which is similar to Cookie actually. Despite the fact that they released almost right after one another. Hi. Well, it's my last intertwined ball. I'm gonna almost bet that this is Nilu. Else I'm just very unlucky. Haha! I guessed correctly. Here's Nilu. It's gonna take a bit for me to train her up, but we'll see her in future streams for sure. I mean, we've seen me play as Nilu before. Also, if I'm gonna go and get the next 4-star at risk of getting a second Nilu. Just because it's guaranteed to be one of those 3 because we got that spear chest now. Just for the possibility of getting another Layla. And it is another Layla. Perfect. Perfect game. Perfect game. I love this game. I love my gacha luck more than anything. And then I got 4 intertwined fate back. This was most certainly worth it.
No one's joined me on an adventure in ages. Come on, let's go.
Come on, let's go.
Benny's adventure team, assemble!
Let's assemble. We get Fortress of Fantasy, the shield absorption of Curtain of Slumber generated by Knight of Formal Focus is increased by 20%, so her shield is stronger. Additionally, when unleashing Knights of Formal Focus, she will generate a shield for any nearby party member who are not being protected by Curtain of Slumber. This shield will have 35% of the absorption of a Curtain of Slumber, will last for 12 seconds and will absorb higher damage. Just better shield, which is already very good. Overall better shield. Light Remit. When shooting stars from the shield, strike opponents, they will each restore 1 energy to Layla. Each shooting star can restore energy to her in this manner once. More energy recharge. And the third one is just more levels for 1, right? Yeah. Increases the level of Knights of Formal Focus, which is also the shield, I think. So yeah, her shield is now level 12. With a cap of 15 instead of 10. Very good, very good, very good. Special franchise. You also have 3 constellations now. That's almost making me want to use you. But that's all for today. So thanks for watching.
Remember, let out all your frustrations before bedtime for a better night's rest. If you want, I'm more than happy to be your audience.
Good night.